On this episode of Sign Dogs, we are talking about cars, Porsche specifically. We have a customer that's bringing in an old, very old Porsche sign from Italy. It's kind of falling apart, needs some help. He wants us to help fix it up. Not only are we refurbishing the sign from Milan, but we're also installing another sign that he had, and we have basically a list of parts for this chrome sign that we're going to put together for him also.
Every day we look at signs. Some are beautiful, others not so much. For a business, any business, a good sign is crucial. So where does a good sign come from? Who creates these tantalizing works of art? In the Dallas-Fort Worth Metroplex, it's done right here by the people at Signs Manufacturing, the people we call the Sign Dogs.
Normally, 99.9% of the signs we do are for businesses going on the front of their business or out by the street, drawing customers. This one's a little different. This one's decoration. Decoration for his garage because he's a huge Porsche fan and collects the cars. So we're gonna see what we can do to help him out. When the sign came over from Milan, it was not in great shape. It was pretty dusty and worn down. The lighting in it wasn't working. So we're replacing the lighting in it, we're cleaning it up, doing some general finish out to refurbish this old sign.
Hi, my name is Glenn Burgess. Welcome to my garage. I'm here at the Garages of Texas in Star Creek, which is in Allen. I have a 5,000 square feet of garage here that have multiple signs that I've had sign manufacturing do for me. Let me show you those.
Why did you change the design on that one to go up there instead of going on the wall out there the way it was original? I remember seeing art originally showing it on the column.
Yes, I changed that from there to there because when James came over and we were figuring out where to put the other sign, the back sign, and I had this sign up there.
Right.
I was going to put this sign over that art, that little artwork up there, and I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. And he came over and he said, well, look, you have another sign that you had put up there. The other sign that's up there was made by veterans.
Right.
And so I bought that to support the veterans, obviously. And he said, it would really pop if you walk in the door and you see that sign over here, it would draw your eye to the Porsche sign and to the other car sign.
Well, also it kind of evens out the wall too.
Yeah, and
if you didn't have anything up there already.
Yeah, and it's kind of, I'm not sure of the terminology of symmetrics, but it would look, give a little pop to it, if that makes sense.
That's one of them we use.
So he had the lift, we had a lift in here, and he brought the lift over, he held it up, and he said, Glenn, stand back there and tell me what you think. And I said, wow, that pops. He said, let's put it in. I said, okie dokie. And he stuck it up there, and everybody who walks in the door just, boom, they see it, and I think, he's a genius.
So where's the sign?
The sign is, if you go straight back and you turn to the right, you'll see the sign, and then we'll see what your reaction is to that.
Wow. This is...
So what do you think of your sign up here?
That is stunning.
Did that pop?
And the way you've got the lights shining down on it just really brings out the shine.
And a 3D kind of thing?
Yeah, that is really, really pretty.
I have to tell you, Michael Carlton, I think, did an absolutely phenomenal job with that. That sign looked like crud when I brought it to him.
Yeah.
Seriously. It was, like I said before, it was in a warehouse for 26 years. And it was just individual letters. And he said, he took me back to a showroom or something that you guys had in the walls. And he said, I could do this and this, let me do some pictures and that kind of stuff. And I kept thinking, nah, just put the letters up. I couldn't figure out how I was gonna do it.
I had to really look to see the seams on that thing. We had to make it in 3 pieces, make sure we could handle getting it up there.
And he sent that to me, and I just about had a heart attack. I thought, wow, that is terrific. And then when James came over, he was starting to set it up. And he said, he was funny. He said, because they had it laid out, and there was 2 guys with them. And I said, I'm just not, I just don't know. He goes, he says, I tell you what, Glenn, go get a cup of coffee or go someplace and give me about 45 minutes. And I said, okay. So I went and got some parts. I'm always looking for parts. If you buy these cars, you have to find parts. Germany, wherever, China, whatever, you got to find parts. So I went and started looking for parts. And I came back, and he had that thing up, but the lights weren't on it. And I stood back and I went, oh my gosh, you just knocked it out of the ballpark, he said. Trust me, wait till I hook this thing up. And then when you hooked it up, it was just like bang. It just looked gorgeous. I have found that every person that walks in here, this garage, we have a meeting, actually a meet and greet every third Wednesday of the month.
Yeah.
And we have probably anywhere from 40 to 60 people. And every time people come walking in the door, they look up and they go, oh my gosh, where did you get that? And I tell them, Signs Manufacturing. You know what I liked about Michael is he said, send me pictures of your place because I really want to see it. And then he came out and he did the extra effort to come out and walk through it. And I think that was real important because when he did that, he saw the cars, saw what I was trying to do. I mean, we were still trying to, this place was still being built. I'm about 95% done.
Right.
There's still other things going to be done. The trailer's moving out. It's going to another one down. I have another unit 2 doors down, and that's going out. And when that does, I'll have another wall here to do. But he walked around and took notes and kind of took pictures. And I thought, how thorough can you possibly be? And he said, I like this, I like that, this is great, this color here, this pops, this doesn't pop. You know, and gave me great ideas to do something.
And plus, you're going to end up with some space for more signs.
More signs.
There you go.
I told him, I said, I told Michael, I said, I promise you the signs that I get, you know, my wife and I would travel, you know, to different places all the time. And you always see signs and always find stuff. I mean, anybody who's in the car business, you find stuff to put somewhere. And I was so tickled that we're going to move this out and put it somewhere else so I have a whole wall that I can do nothing but play with. But I told Michael, I said, once I get that done, we're going to put stuff on there. I'm going to bring it all to you. So because he just does a great job.
Pretty. Why Porsche? Why not, I don't know, Lamborghini or something?
Well, we have plenty of people here that have Lamborghinis, Ferraris, and all sorts of different cars in all the garages. We have 77 garages here. And everybody collects something different. Everything from muscle cars to, you know, little cars and big cars and motorcycles and all that kind of stuff. Why Porsche? I have always been fascinated with Porsche because the engine's in the back, and that's where everything happens.
Right.
The back of the car. I've always loved the look of a Porsche, all the way from the 356, as you can see, the 3 of them that I have, to everything brand new, to what they have today, the GT3s, that kind of thing. So, but the Porsches, I've just always been attracted to. The oldest car I have, which is a 61 or 62, a 356, they look at it and they go, well, what is that? Or is that a replica? Or is that a VW?
Right,
and
right.
that kind of stuff. And that, you know, of course, my hair falls out.
I got a tough question for you. Which is your favorite car?
Well, as you can imagine, a lot of people,
like that.
yeah, as you can imagine, a lot of people ask me that same question. I have a couple of favorites. The white one up front is a 964. It's a 1990. It's a hot rod. And that's probably the car that, that's why it's sitting up front, if you notice.
So you can get out and go drive?
I just take it out and I go crazy with it. Now, all the cars I do drive, and the motorcycle once in a while. I don't drive the motorcycle as much as I used to, a little Harley. The other 3 cars I do drive once in a while, but the white one is the one that it trips my trigger. It's one of those things that I love to get in it and I love to drive it, and I have fun with it, and it goes fast. And I always like to see the whites of my wife's eyes kind of pop out as she always says, you know, you don't have to go this fast. I said, well,
sometimes you do.
yeah, I do. I see an open road. You know, what am I going to do? You know, you just got to do what you got to do. So
You're a warp
You
factor
obtain
10 in
neon
6
signs.
seconds.
yeah. So.
This is incredibly cool. Ooh, I love the neon too.
Yeah. That's a pretty cool looking neon sign right
That
there.
is gorgeous. You really have something to be proud of here.
Thank you, thank you. I enjoy playing
Hey,
with
look
it.
at that one. That's pretty cool little.
Well, yeah, I
neon
should
sign
probably,
there too.
I can turn that on for you.
Sounds
My
like a
wife
little
actually
marquee.
bought this.
Looking old style.
You have to come upstairs and take a look at the sign
yes.
that he did and go from there, because that is phenomenal. When he came up and looked at this, the general contractor that we had wanted to just put, I guess, one, or the electrician wanted to put, I guess, different wires inside the sign and pass it across and put like a black,
Oh, right. On the front of the wall?
yeah. You know, something across the bottom, and then have all the wires go through that.
Well,
and
I'm
then
glad
go
you
up.
didn't allow that.
Yeah, and so when we did individual letters, he actually snaked up the wire, each one of them in there.
Right?
I mean, it took him,
Oh yeah. I knew it was going to take him a while on that when he described what he was doing. Plus,
Yeah, we have to do that a lot. Though.
the
he was so meticulous about it, and he was training another guy, and so thorough about how he did it, because that's not easy.
yeah. Well, one of the problems was too, they didn't have a lot of room to actually get up in there and work, to actually fish the stuff through,
Yeah.
so it made it a little bit more difficult.
They moved all this out, and then he went up there and he went through each individual one, and it just,
Yeah, and it all disappeared.
popped.
I mean, it just kind of just.
yeah, you can't tell.
Yeah,
And
it
then
turned
he
out.
painted all the wires black and all the box black, so everything turned out really well when it came out.
Yeah, it looks a lot better with the individual without anything on the front there.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that turned out hidden a lot better than I couldn't ask for no better than that. It just kind of disappears back up in there.
So you do car shows?
We have on a couple of the cars. We've attended what they call People's Choice cars for the Porsche Club, and then a couple of car shows. You know, we've taken our cars to different places across the state, and you know, for rallies and that kind of stuff. I'm not a car show guy. I'm not a concourse guy. We went to Amelia Island and watched. And then we went to watch the guys who were putting cars in there, and the frustration, the stress. I personally just can't drink that much. So I thought, no, I don't want to do this. And then we went to Monterey, and it was the same way. I mean, these guys really get into that stuff. And it's a lot of time, a lot of money, a lot of detail, blah, 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 blah. And everybody that asked me with the cars that I have, you know, are you afraid to drive them? And I thought, no, why would I be afraid to drive them? I, you know, insure them, drive them, and have fun. This is an amazing experience. They did a wonderful job. They took a sign that was beat up 26 years in a warehouse and made it absolutely beautiful and put that sign up. When they did, it just absolutely pops. You can't get any better than that. And sign manufacturing, in my book, Michael, James, the whole crew is just absolutely wonderful. They're geniuses when it comes to putting signs together. If you're gonna get a sign done, these guys have got to do it if you're gonna do it right.
Technically, I believe it's correctly pronounced Porsche. Oh, God, people have no respect for the industry.
I don't know what we call this. This is this gentleman's, what's his name? Glenn?
Glenn Burgess.
Glenn Burgess. We're at Glenn Burgess's Porsche storage garage. I'm not sure what it,
Installed that on one wall.
How do you install it?
You're not hiding very well.